Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, hanging with the full complement today.
Dave,
Ryan,
Nate,
and today we're going to talk a little about the troll and the kind of hidden variant that you see in here on page 291 of your trusty 5th edition monster manual. There's a sentence that says, while a troll that eats a fey creature might gain one or more of that creature's traits.
did anyone else just get the feeling like they were at church and Ted's giving a sermon?
yeah, you turn to the good book.
Well, that was not the intention, but so basically Dave had the idea of, well, if a troll, going by what that says, if a troll eats enough of something, it's got the ability to gain some kind of mechanic or feature.
Yes. So if you turn to page 262 of your monsters manual,
What do we find there, Nate?
what do we find?
The rust monster. So what happens if you have a troll
That's
that
for the
just
steady
eats one
diet.
too many rust monsters?
What do you end up with?
What do you get? So
I
what do
don't
you
know.
call this thing?
I think we're calling it the Trust Monster.
That's right.
So essentially, right, I was thinking where I do my best thinking, and I was scrolling through the Nerdarchy memes, and I came across this one that was, Bender saying, "Bite my shiny ass," and then them showing a rust monster, and then like it does something else or whatever. I'm like, huh. Wow, it'd be really cool if trolls ate rust monsters. And I don't know why I thought of that, but
So imagine the savage power of this troll. And then it goes ahead and it has the ability to destroy your arms and armor.
And every time you hit it with a metal weapon, it messes it up.
Well, and not only that, but like if you're a knight in shining armor,
You are its ample meal.
Well, you are like
spiced
gourmet.
meat.
Yeah, you are the thing it wants to eat the most because it's got meat and metal. It gets meatal. All right, meatal, which I think would definitely be a thing that this monster would say. Like he would have been taught the phrase meatal.
I mean, knighted humans. Or
that tastes delicious. Like
Yeah.
it's a delicacy.
Yeah, it's like
Timmy,
fried
Timmy,
food.
do you want another meal?
Crunch on the outside.
Crunchy on the outside, chewy on the
Yeah,
inside,
that's
juicy
right.
on the inside.
That's right.
It's like crispy fried chicken.
So, like all that being said, like it's kind of the Rust Monster's rust ability is very weak in this edition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a deck save DC 11.
Yeah, when you hit, if you're going to hit them.
Except
with
for if you're not a Dexy character, like a fighter is most inclined to dump decks.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's when you
the
teach them a
easiest thing
lesson.
about getting around the rust monster is just beat it with a couple things and it's dead.
Yeah.
It's like average 27 hit points.
But
The
then
problem
you're
with doing that against a troll is your weapons will be gone before the troll is dead.
and he's regenerating while you beat him.
And he regenerates back that stuff. So
I want to give a little bit of credit where credit's due to. I think this is slightly mildly inspired by SR2 Joker, Andrew Knapp from his
the
meat
rust
grinder.
monster Hydra.
He had the Rust Monster.
yeah, we never got
Hydra.
to see that in action though. That's a shame.
Yeah, well, we can see it fall.
yeah, we did. We saw it. It was in an action, but it was a falling action.
Yeah, we bell rogged that bitch.
I was happy I was playing a monk in that game. No armor, no weapons, just punch.
Yeah, I was like it's tastiest treat there.
Yeah, but it was such a non-issue. So wait, who's feeding the Rust Monsters to the troll? God damn it! Whose bright idea was that?
Well, I mean, if the troll, happens to, go underground or lives underground, and it happens to, find a colony of rust monsters, the trolls aren't typically wearing armor. They're not wearing, they're not using weapons. They're using their claws. So, like, the rust monster doesn't really care about the troll.
Bullshit. You know who's feeding that troll? A covey of hags. Because hags are like, you know what we could do? Because they were probably like theorizing about stuff, after while they're hubble bubbling, boiling in trouble over some broth, right? You're like, if we fed a troll a shitload of rust monsters, I bet it would be super nasty and horrible, and we could totally use this thing. And so that's what they do.
And it gives them a place to feed all the
Dump all the metal
crunchy
they don't give a
knights,
shit
yeah.
about. Yeah. They're like, the
Crunchy
knights
knights
come to like evict them from their forest. They're like, come here, boy. Here, boy. Here, trust monster.
Meadle, eat your meadle.
Eat your meadle.
Eat your meadle.
Eat your meadle, Timmy.
How many meadle snacks will it take?
Yeah. Would you do it for a meadle snack? Yeah. So,
So all right, now here's the next question. The thing says, it can gain those traits. So we would just go ahead and put the rust metal and the antennae on, as the mechanics onto the troll.
Yeah, but is there anything
how-
in this edition, right? Is there anything that like states what that's based off, or is it just proficiency bonus? Like a +1 is clearly not even. I mean, that's not even a. Well, no, it'd be 8 plus proficiency bonus plus.
Plus
You're
a power
talking,
stat.
you're talking about the save.
The power.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying it doesn't have the antennae when it touches stuff that's
Oh
metal.
yeah, no, it's
so when it
close.
beats them, they don't get a dex save. It just beat them with it. Like if I hit you.
Oh, if you hit it, there's no dex save.
Well,
the
what
antennae is that save.
Yeah.
But the troll wouldn't have the antennae. It would just
could.
touch
well,
something.
that was the next thing is like how would those mechanics actually work?
I was just thinking, I was thinking
His
it just
touch.
touched too, but I feel like
Or his bite.
yeah, but I feel like you still have to do like the dex save part of it.
Yeah.
Because its antenna don't automatically hit. It actually has to hit, right? And then you get a save.
Yeah,
But
the rust monster corrodes a non-magical ferrous metal. You can see within 5 feet if the object isn't being worn or carried.
It just kind of rubs it over them. It
Yeah.
doesn't do an attack.
So it's basically
it just flips them.
It's
around.
using the antennae as an action.
okay.
So it's using its action to try and melt something, and then the player or the character gets a DC 11 dex save to avoid it.
I don't see anything wrong with a troll growing an antennae, personally. There's nothing weird
Well, you
about
could.
that.
Yeah.
I even see like
the.
the outside of its rubbery skin taking on like the appearance of a carapace, not necessarily it is like just patches of carapace.
What? Yeah. What if it totally did like the Omega Red thing, and like had the antennae like growing out the back of their
That
forearms?
could be. Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I
speaking of
was-
those hags, they could have experimented and like implanted it too.
Yeah, so I was actually thinking like if it was in and around their hands so that they could actually use their claws, which because it gets two claw attacks if it does the multi attack. So if it's got it in and around either on its fingers, its hand, or all of it, and it just has loads of these hands.
So what's the troll's hit die?
Or another.
Hit die is 8.
8. So okay, so that's a plus. Is that plus 3 or plus 4? Plus 3.
I think it's still +3. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a plus 3. So that brings it to 11 plus whatever the power stat is. Rust monster, what gives it a plus 1?
And
its stats.
Wisdom,
Probably
dex,
Wisdom or
strength, con.
dex.
Wisdom or dex. So it's probably, I'd probably say dex is where that's coming from.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because
yeah.
dex versus dex makes sense. So what's the troll's dex?
+1.
Okay, so it'd be the same.
I don't see because the troll's already a really powerful monster that if somebody rolls crappy, they have a chance of losing their shit every time they attack it.
It's still a DC 12.
It's fine.
But if you're
Low DC, somebody rolls crap.
but if you're incorporating, the antenna as part of a claw attack, then it's much more powerful because it doesn't diminish the troll's
the effectiveness.
attacking capabilities, and it increases the detriment to the players.
Well, I mean, but
because it's part of the claw attack.
Either way, it's still 1.
well, the problem, the problem of the problem of attacking a rust monster is your weapons rust while attacking it, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing with attacking the troll is like if you roll crap, you have a pretty good chance that your weapons start going.
Well, when you attack it, it just automatically corrodes.
Yeah.
When you hit it,
there's
it
no
does it.
save. It's when it attacks. It's when it uses its antenna on you. That's when you get the save.
Well, so it doesn't even matter if its attack does the rust thing because they're gonna want to fight and stop this thing from eating them.
Maybe.
Yeah. So they're like, stop it, stop eating me. So they're gonna be all about not getting eaten by the troll, and they're going to be attacking the troll. So like, I feel like even if the DC is low, like they have to defend themselves against the troll. So the rusting capability there
Yeah, you get,
is already strong enough.
and you only get 5 strikes with that weapon before it's done.
Yeah.
But that's only, it doesn't affect magic weapons.
Yeah. No, it's true. But against like a party that's got some sparse magic items going on, that's
It can be
pretty
detrimental.
nasty. It's
So a troll is a CR5?
Mhm.
So I'm seeing that this thing, like either with the antenna growing out of its head, like out of its forehead, or you could do it like it's got this mane of hair that's all like antenna.
Oh, all antennas. That would
Yeah.
look pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
This writhing
Predator hair.
yeah,
exactly.
right there.
Yeah, I mean, that would work.
He's already kind of got the dreadlocks going on.
So I would say like it having like the carapace at like the shoulders, the hips, maybe a little bit on its back. But as you were saying, have it be sparse. You could have the antenna be hair as well as like tendrils around the wrist or knuckles. So there's definitely some interesting visual and mechanical advantages that this thing would have.
And it will surprise the shit out of your players.
Yeah.
And
They're
it's
like,
not
what
really-
is that?
It's not going to really look like a troll either, because it's going to look like a troll with like this exoskeleton pieces on it.
Yeah.
Rust Monster's only 100 XP at a CR half, whereas the troll is a 5 at 18. You know, is the rust monster capabilities
maybe you do
significantly higher? Like, I don't think it would go to a 6.
maybe you do bump it to the 6, and maybe you make this thing a little more potent. You know, like maybe you do make that rusting capability a little more dire than if you're going to push it to a 6.
So
I feel like XP in this edition is more art than science.
It's like, whose line is it anyway, right? The points don't matter. Yeah, like that's worth like 1,000,000 points. Well,
like
don't
we
give a million.
figured out like a CR11 is adequate for a party of 7 or
7th or 8th. Yeah.
7th or 8th level. But like clearly that number is not going to be like I couldn't see, you know, facing a troll at 3rd or 2nd level.
Right.
You know, so clearly that number is going to be different.
I agree.
The economy of scale.
And if they don't even have any magic swords, they might run out of things to hit it with.
Well, if we're talking
Aside
about
from,
the,
like, sticks,
the
you
trust monster,
Yeah.
That's when you're just like pulling like branches and using
Like,
clubs.
all right, surely.
All right. Stand in front of the wizard so he can keep casting firebolt.
something.
Carry him, do something, and run away.
So
That's the reason why you play that high elven fighter, so that you've got firebolt up your sleeve.
yes.
Up your arse.
So with that, you guys let us know what you think about the trust monster down in the comments below. While you're at it, you can like, subscribe, and even share.
You can hang out with us on Facebook.com.
Or you can patronize us in a good way by supporting our Patreon account.
Also join the conversation over on Reddit.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.